looks than swift.
Less than 48 hours to the game that was first looked for when the World Cup fixtures came out. India versus Pakistan at Ahmedabad. Both teams having started the World Cup oh so well with 2 out of 2. Now they've reached the venue where they are supposed to play. Yet another epic clash in this storied tale between these two teams in World Cup cricket. Anil Kumble has been part of this story on what, 3 occasions?
3 occasions.
3
yes.
India-Pak World Cup games. Steyn knows all about facing an arch rival. He can even imagine himself as to how it would feel like playing in an India-Pakistan game, which I'll come to in just a second. But the teams would have arrived here. I'm trying to think 2 days before, is there something different here? Normally it's all part of the drill. You get off, you're listening to your music, check into your hotel, training tomorrow, and you carry on with the game. India-Pakistan is different in some ways?
In some ways, yes. But 2 days before any game of a World Cup or any India game, it's all about tickets, passes. and trying to say, okay, I'm sorry, I can't give you any passes or any tickets. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of pressure on the players too, in terms of trying to reach out to them and
so
say.
That's good. That takes their mind away from it, because they're replying to everyone saying, yeah, guys, sorry.
I'm sure some of the players' families too would want to come and watch an India-Pakistan World Cup match. It's a wonderful thing for the families to come there, and it's a massive stadium, so you'll definitely have a packed house, 130,000 people watching an India-Pakistan game. The whole sort of
I'm just saying that, do you sort of
anticipation.
Yeah, do you sleep slightly less easily than you would? Would you tend to maybe eat that much lesser?
Not really. I think the preparation will be the same. It's just that on that particular day, when you walk onto the field, you'll still certainly have that feeling of, yes, you have to win this. Result matters. India-Pakistan, and India has always trumped Pakistan in a World Cup match. So that feeling is there. Once the nervousness is there for any game, but more so for an India-Pakistan game. And once the first ball is bowled, then everything is back to normal.
I know how anthems play a big part here, and a lot of these players playing a World Cup for the first time, home World Cup certainly for the first time, with the exception of Kohli and Ashwin. And when the anthems come in, there seems to be a lot of emotion. It changes even the most chilled cricketer. Can you talk me through what the weight of emotion sometimes can do to performance on the field?
Yeah, I mean, it can just take you away from the way that you normally play. You know, you kind of think, oh, well, I'm playing against this team and I want to be the man of the match. I want to be, you end up doing more than you require to, and that's often when you find guys, they're trying too hard, they're doing way more than is asked of them, and that's where you just kind of lose it. Whereas if I just come in, I just do what I have to do, I try and relax, and I play my part, everything kind of will unfold.
Yeah, I guess the other aspect is whether the man management becomes different 48 hours to an India-Pakistan game, just about, checking in on players or optional training, because there's some travel around too. How much do you want to sort of talk to the players or just let them be? What's the ideal way? You've been a head coach before a big India-Pakistan final, the Champions Trophy.
It's just doing the regular things that you would do preparing for any other match. You don't want to do things differently just because it's India-Pakistan. And the turnaround has been only just 2 days. So 1 day of travel, then of course, 1 day prior to the match, whether you want the entire team to be together at practice, even if it is not just nets, but maybe just to get a feel of the ground and maybe a fun game together. Maybe that's something that you would probably think of and nothing else, and leave it to the players to say, okay, do you want to hit or you want to come and bowl a bit? You leave it to the players, because it's been 2 days and just yesterday they sort of played a fantastic game. So it's all about that, managing that. And for some of the players, it's a home game. Jasprit Bumrah comes from that state. And yes, although they don't play for Gujarat, Jadeja, Hardik, so all these guys would feel that, look, this is a home game for us, and you will have plenty of family around in that 130,000 people. So yeah, it's a special feeling to walk out there and then do well for the country and get the team across the line.
Assuming, of course, their families actually got those tickets that you were talking about.
Yeah, I know. That'll be the 2 days before. Okay, that's the biggest challenge. Right. How many tickets can you get?
Oh God, it all just comes down to the family needing tickets. Story of World Cups. Thank you very much, Anil Kumble, Dale Steyn. It is exciting, and you can only imagine what the players are going through right now. Maybe they're nothing; they're just having fun, whereas we're getting all the energy charged up for what should be the game of all games of this World Cup.
Stunning looks, then swift,